Hi, I'm Jimmy Jacobs, and I'd like you to join me for a short reading from my new novel, The Cerdo Grande Conspiracy. Now, this scene takes place early in the story, and it's located at Manuel's Tavern in the Ponce Highlands district of Atlanta, which happens to be one of my favorite watering holes in the city. Now, the protagonists in the story, Riley Bright and Chick Mailer, are hooking up for an evening on the town. And in the process, they set off a chain of events that leads to a wild escapade down the South Atlantic coast, ending up in the American tropics at Key West, Florida. And at that location, they become involved in, of all things, a pig napping. I hope you enjoy the story.
A couple of blocks further down, he passed in front of Manuel's Tavern. In approaching the building, he stared at its brick side facing North Avenue, painted with a Coca-Cola advertisement incorporating the bar's name and established 1956. Beyond the structure, he peeled out of the traffic and into the parking lot. Crossing the narrow side street from the parking area to the tavern, Riley made his way along the smaller parking lot behind the building, opting to enter through the rear door. For all but first-time visitors, this was the main entrance. The glass doors facing the sidewalk on North Highland were rarely used by any of the bar's regular clientele. At the end of a short hallway, he passed through a second door, this one with glass frames like the ones on the front of the building. As he approached, he could see through the glass to the long wooden bar to the left, lined with bar stools filled virtually to capacity. To the right, the wall was lined with wooden booths. Above them hung a painting of a former Georgia governor, but the centerpiece was another painting of a nude woman reclining on a sofa. It was supposedly the wife of a regular patron who had fallen on economic hard times. The bar owner had offered the man a couple $100 for the painting as a gesture of support. Over the years, the tavern had expanded from this single room and now was composed of 6 rooms of various sizes that fill 3 former storefronts. Riley turned to the right, entering a space filled with freestanding wooden tables of different shapes. Some were round, others rectangular or square, but all surrounded by wooden chairs. The odd mixture of furniture suggested the decorator enjoyed browsing in yard sales and flea markets. Across the dimly lit room, Riley spotted Chick ensconced at a rectangular table against the far wall. Occupying another of the 4 seats was a man who appeared to be in his early 50s. As Riley approached, the man rose as though leaving. "So you did find your way here," Chick offered as a greeting. "Traffic was its usual," Riley replied. "You must have left early." "It wasn't early enough," Chick grinned. "Have you met Jack Thornton?" The other man at the table was on his feet now. "The pleasure is undoubtedly mine, sir," he said, but not extending his hand in greeting. "Nice to meet you," Riley offered. "I would love to extend the camaraderie, but as I was telling Charles, I have to get to the theater." "What are you going to see?" Riley asked. "I am performing," was the curt return, tossed out with a touch of ruffled feathers and mixed with disappointment for not having been recognized as being in the profession. "Perhaps we shall cross paths in this oasis at a later date." He then wheeled and headed for the door. "He always talked like that?" "You guessed it, totally full of crap and grand illusions," Chick stated. "Only reason he acts is to keep from having to work, but he can be entertaining to have around." "Is he a friend of yours?" "Not really. I've talked to him a few times. In here it's easy to find actors, politicians, and other pricks," Chick explained. "You'd know that if you ever got out of your gopher hole." "Don't start with that again." "The only thing I'm starting is to order you some drinks," he said, waving to the waiter. "Bring us a pitcher of draft and a shot of tequila for my thirsty friend. He needs a fast start."